Hey, fellow knowledge seekers, ready for a deep dive.
Always.
Today we're going into the world of YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Specifically, their experiment with AI dubbing.
Interesting.
Our source for this deep dive is a popular French YouTuber who actually took the plunge and chronicled his whole experience.
So we're getting like a first-hand account.
Exactly.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I think what's so interesting here is that we're seeing AI tackle something that was, until pretty recently, a very human domain.
Yeah.
Language, voice acting, even artistic expression to an extent.
Yeah, sure.
So for those maybe catching up, AI dubbing basically means YouTube is trying to automatically translate and voice over videos.
Yeah, so imagine like instant subtitles, but with a synthetic voice instead.
Right.
So the promise is huge, right?
Huge.
Any video, any language, instantly accessible.
Yeah, it's like the dream of a global audience without any of the work.
Exactly.
But this YouTuber found it wasn't exactly set it and forget it.
Right, and his perspective is particularly interesting because he had actually already tried to expand his channel to English and Spanish speakers.
Manually.
Yeah, manually, like the traditional way.
Yeah, he hired people and everything.
Yeah, so he knew the hurdles,
Right.
the cost and time,
Yeah.
finding good voice actors, all of that.
He was like the perfect guinea pig for this.
Totally.
Initially, he was pretty hopeful, He really saw AI as a way to bypass all those headaches and reach that global audience.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah.
But then,
Ah.
glitch number one hit.
What happened?
So viewers, even French ones with YouTube set to English, were automatically served the AI dub, and they couldn't switch back to the original.
Wow, so even if you wanted to watch it in French, you were stuck.
Stuck. Yeah, and he had a lot of French viewers who were very confused.
I bet.
Yeah. And to me, that just screams like a user experience design flaw.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
Even the coolest tech is useless if people can't figure out how to use it on it.
it seems like YouTube's AI was a little bit overzealous in assuming what people wanted.
Yeah, I mean, this is like...
Didn't really give them a choice.
Yeah, and it gets worse.
Oh, no.
Problem number 2,
Okay.
titles didn't translate.
Oh, my gosh.
So English viewers saw raw file names instead of, actual titles.
So, wait, so instead of
How World War I trenches worked.
right, a normal type.
It was like Master Nota Bene tranche version 3.mp4.
That's so bad.
It's terrible.
No one's going to click on that.
Not exactly grabbing anyone's attention. Right?
No, think about the bigger picture, like discoverability,
Right.
YouTube's algorithm search results, all that stuff relies on clear titles.
Yeah.
This glitch makes the video practically invisible.
It's like shouting into the void at that point.
Totally.
So we've got frustrated French viewers, we've got buried videos,
Yeah.
but surely the actual AI dubbing was decent.
Yeah, you'd think so, right?
Wrong.
Oh, no, come on.
Problem number 3 was quality. The YouTuber said the voice was robotic.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Translations were sometimes inaccurate.
Of course.
And here's the kicker. All his sound design, the music effects, everything was stripped out.
Whoa, hold on. For anyone who's not deep into content creation, sound design is huge.
Huge.
It's not just background noise. It sets the mood. It builds the emotion.
Yeah. Totally.
Imagine watching a movie with all the soundtrack and the effects removed.
Yeah.
It's just flat.
Yeah, like watching a silent film.
Right. Especially for a historical topic like World War I.
Yeah.
That audio is key.
And this is where it gets really interesting for me.
Okay.
It raises the question, can AI even be artistic?
That's a good question.
Like, did stripping the sound design turn the AI into some kind of accidental co-creator, even if it messed everything up?
That's a really good point. It's almost like a philosophical question.
Yeah.
What happens to artistic integrity when you introduce AI into the mix?
Right.
Is it collaboration or is it violation?
Yeah, and for our YouTuber, it was a deal breaker.
Yeah, I can see why.
He disabled the feature, saying the tech just wasn't there yet.
Makes sense.
But he did say that AI is constantly evolving, so maybe he'll try again later.
It's very much a wait-and-see approach.
What's your take on that?
I think it's pragmatic. He's not dismissing AI outright,
Right.
but he's also not willing to sacrifice his content for the sake of potential reach.
Yeah.
Which, frankly, is something a lot of creators are wrestling with right now.
Totally.
This balance between, human control and the allure of what AI could do.
He's basically saying, look, I'm all for progress, but not at the expense of my work.
Exactly.
And you as a listener might be thinking, well, what's the alternative?
Right.
Are humans going to manually dub everything forever?
Yeah.
And that's where it gets fascinating, because there's another layer to this.
Okay, tell me more.
Yeah.
So there's a whole spectrum of AI translation out there.
Okay.
Some of it is what we call rule-based,
Mm.
which is basically like a complex set of instructions programmed by humans. But the really cutting-edge stuff uses what are called neural networks.
Okay.
And these things learn from massive amounts of data,
Mm-hmm.
and they actually try to mimic how our brains process language
Hold up, neural networks for
for translation.
That sounds way more complex than just like swapping words around.
Absolutely,
Okay.
and that's why the potential is so huge.
Okay.
A good neural network can pick up on nuances that rule-based systems would miss completely. Like idioms, cultural references, tone of voice, all that stuff.
So that's the future our YouTubers waiting for.
Right.
But right now we're stuck with AI. That's, well, let's be honest, kind of butchering things.
I wouldn't say butchering, but it's definitely got a way to go.
Okay, fair enough.
And this debate isn't just about YouTube, by the way.
Oh, really?
We're seeing AI-generated music art, even writing, popping up everywhere.
Wait, really? Like full songs written by AI?
Full songs.
I thought that was still sci-fi territory.
Nope, it's already happening. There are bands releasing albums composed by AI art galleries showcasing AI-generated pieces.
Wow.
It's raising some serious questions about what it means to be a creator in this new landscape.
Yeah, like where does the human part even come in at that point?
Right.
If a machine can just crank out a catchy tune or paint a pretty picture, or what makes human creativity special anymore?
Those are the million-dollar questions, right?
Yeah.
I don't have all the answers, but I think this YouTuber's experience gives us a really valuable case study
How so?
because it highlights that tension between efficiency and the human touch.
Okay.
AI dubbing could make content accessible to millions, which is amazing.
Right.
But if it comes at the cost of artistic integrity, if the creator's vision is lost, then what have we really gained?
It's like we're trading soul for scale.
Yeah.
And that makes me wonder, is there a middle ground?
Hmm.
Can we use AI to enhance human creativity rather than replace it?
That's the ideal, right?
Yeah.
Maybe AI can handle the grunt work, the basic translations, the technical aspects, while humans focus on the creative vision,
Yeah.
the emotional impact.
Sort of like an AI apprentice working alongside the master artist.
Exactly.
Okay, that's actually a really cool image.
Yeah.
But right now we're not quite there yet.
Not quite, but the technology is advancing so rapidly.
Yeah.
It's like watching a race between AI capabilities and our ability to figure out how to use them ethically and effectively.
And that's what makes this whole conversation so fascinating.
For sure.
It's not just about tech, it's about how we define creativity collaboration, even what it means to be human in a world that's increasingly influenced by AI.
Exactly. So what does all of this mean for you, dear listener?
Yeah.
Well, next time you're on YouTube, take a closer look.
Yeah.
Can you tell if a video is AI dubbed?
Ooh, good question.
And if so, how does that affect your experience?
Does it make you more likely to watch content from other cultures?
Right.
Or do you find yourself missing that human touch, that sense of connection with the creator's original vision?
These are questions worth pondering because as AI gets more sophisticated, those lines are going to blur even further.
And that's where things could get really interesting,
Yeah.
maybe even a bit unsettling.
A little bit.
But that's a deep dive for another day. So for now, we'll leave you with this. Our French YouTuber was skeptical,
Yeah.
but he is open to trying AI dubbing again as it improves.
Right.
You as a viewer, you're going to start seeing more and more AI-touched content, whether you realize it or not.
It's coming.
So here's your homework, fellow knowledge seeker.
I like it.
Go find some AI-dubbed content. See if you can even tell.
Yeah. Can you spot it?
Does it enhance your experience or does it take away something?
Good question.
And if you can't tell it's AI,
Yeah.
does that change how you value the creator's work?
That's interesting.
It's like that age-old question, if a robot writes a poem in the forest and no one's around to hear it, is it still art?
Right.
But in this case, the forest is YouTube, and you're definitely around to hear it.
Yeah, you can't escape it.
What kind of world are we creating where the lines between human and machine are getting blurrier every day?
It's pretty mind-blowing when you think about it.
It is. It's exciting. It's unsettling.
Yeah, all of the above.
And it's definitely worth paying attention to.
For sure.
Until our next deep dive, keep asking those tough questions, keep exploring, and keep that knowledge-seeking spirit alive.
Absolutely.
We'll see you next time.